Hey, how's it going? State Representative Walter Hudson here, just getting home after a very long day, as you can tell by the lighting. Working for the people, doing the people's business. Peculiar thing happened on the House floor today. The Democrats were given the opportunity to refer their Blackout bill. This is a bill that is going to mandate 100% carbon-free electricity by 2040, which may sound like it's far away, to those of us who grew up in the 80s and 90s, but it's actually pretty close. It's 17 years from now. 17 years from now, they think we're going to be 100% carbon-free in the state of Minnesota. And that's a policy that I think it's fair to say is the single most economically impactful idea that has ever been proposed in the Minnesota legislature. I mean, you're talking big, bold ideas. That's definitely one of them. I'll give them that much. But it's probably something that we should talk about. Don't you think? Maybe we should spend a little bit of time deliberating the impact that mandating 100% carbon-free electricity could have on various sectors of the economy and various spheres of Minnesotans' day-to-day lives. Well, we have a process for doing that. It's called the committee process. We've got a number of different committees where people sit and they discuss bills that have impact on different jurisdictions, which is those spheres of life that I was mentioning. And instead of putting this bill through various committees so that we can get various perspectives on whether or not it's a good idea and whether or not it can be improved in any way, Democrats have decided that they're going to run it through one committee. Just one. Now, tonight, our members made an attempt to try to get this bill referred to some of the other committees so that we could get the perspective of workers, employers, environmentalists, the folks who say that this is what they want us to go carbon-free. Well, let's hear from them. All of those efforts were rejected tonight along party lines by Minnesota Democrats.
The member from Morrison, Representative Schultz.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I appreciate being recognized today on House File 7. I believe it has direct impacts to our Minnesota workers. And I happen to sit on the Labor and Industry Committee. House File 7 was recently heard on Thursday in the Climate and Energy Committee, and I believe it should be seen and heard in the Labor and Industry Committee to involve our Minnesota workers in every corner of this state who will be directly impacted by the impacts of 100% clean energy by 2040. So that is my motion, Madam Speaker.
Discussion. The member from Hennepin, Representative Long.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The bill was referred to the correct committee, which is the Climate and Energy Committee, and I'd ask members to vote no.
Any further discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. No. The motion does not prevail. The member from Morrison, Representative Schultz.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and members. I am so excited about your great energy here in the room to save the planet, to save the earth, which is exactly why this bill, House File 7, should go to the Environment and Natural Resources Committee, and I ask for your support.
Member from Hennepin, Representative Long.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd urge members to vote no.
All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, please say no. No. The motion does not prevail. The member from Douglas, Representative Franson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and members. Imagine my surprise when I am the lead on the Sustainable Infrastructure Committee and House File 7, which deals with infrastructure, is not being heard in that very important committee. This is a bill, House File 7, that is going to wipe out baseload power. We are going to have prime farmland that is going to be used for solar panels and wind turbines, putting us at a potential conversation of, do we want food or do we want to heat our homes? We've got coal plants shutting down. We're not sure how those coal plants are going to be repurposed. That is why I feel House File 7 desperately needs to go to the Sustainable Infrastructure Committee. Members, I urge a yes vote. Thank you.
Member from Hennepin, Representative Long.
Members vote no.
Member from Wright, Representative McDonald.
Madam Speaker, I would echo Representative Franzen's request to have this go through the Sustainable Energy Committee and Labor and Industry Committee, and what was the other one, Representative Ice? Environmental. So the marijuana bill, the majority, you Democrats over there, that's going through, I think, what, 6 to 8 different committees? 6 to 8 committees to pass marijuana, which is a lousy idea for the state of Minnesota to begin with. This one bill, and Representative Long, you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I like to be corrected when I'm wrong. It's not often, but I will take the correction. This bill is going through one committee, maybe two, so I support Representative Franzen's motion to go through her committee.
The member from Morrison, Representative Schultz.
Let's consider the amount of people who are in that committee on Thursday. I don't sit on that committee. I'm simply asking to have the opportunity in committee with the members that we've talked about, and specifically following Lead Franzen here in the Sustainable Infrastructure Committee. We're involving Minnesotans in the process of hearing the legislation that will impact them. Members, as we look to the future, is this bill going to be heard in the dark of night? This bill might result in a lot of dark nights in Minnesota. Let's hear this bill in the Sustainable Infrastructure Committee.
All those in favor of the Franzen motion, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say no. No. The motion does not prevail.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The bill was referred to the correct committee, which is the Climate and Energy Committee, and I'd ask members to vote no.
The motion does not prevail.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd urge members to vote no.
The motion does not prevail.
Members vote no.
The motion does not prevail.
You know, these are the same people who told us that we needed to protect our democracy, and that's why they were running. Well, here it is in front of you, an opportunity to be democratic, to be deliberative, to let the people know what you are doing, and to let them have a say into how it's going to impact their lives. But for some reason, Minnesota House Democrats don't want to talk about their blackout bill. I wonder why.